Welcome back to Good Day Stateline this morning. Our friend Dr. Kapur from Transitions Hospice is here along with Joe Agnello, a Transitions Bereavement Coordinator. You guys are going to tell us about grief today. So thank you for coming, both of you.
You're welcome.
But welcome, Joe, because you're new. Dr. Kapur is a long-standing guest. We love her so much. So we're excited that you're both here today. We're going to talk about grief a couple times with you this year, and you're going to start with anticipatory grief, right?
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Right. So as a person is going through the dying process, you're going to have different types of grief that we're going to be discussing. But anticipatory grief is a type of grief that's been coined by Therese Rondeau back in the 80s. It's basically bereavement before a person goes, down and passes away. It also parallels preparatory grief, which is what the dying person will experience. And it's important to realize that people are grieving prior to the death, and so that we can treat that as well.
So obviously, we've had you on before talking about hospice, and it's about the people who are passing away, but it's about the people that are their friends and family as well.
Exactly.
And so that's what we're talking about today. So tell me, Joe, what are the goals of anticipatory grief?
Well, a person, as they look back on their life, once they know that they're dying, things change. What changes is they know that things aren't going to go on as usual, and they try to resolve issues in their life. They look back and say, was my life worth it? Did I live a good life? Did I take care of my kids and my family? Or if I abused them, can I get forgiveness? Mm-hmm. Can I plead with them to forgive me so I can go freely from here? So that's what goes on in anticipatory grief.
So how early would you say that starts, or how long does anticipatory grief last, or what do you got to say on that, Joe?
Okay, it starts the moment that the doctor says you're dying.
Okay.
You've got 6 months, 3 months, 3 weeks to live. Now, no doctor knows exactly, but they're looking at the signs and symptoms, and they can determine, you're not going to live much longer. Mm-hmm. My guess is it's going to be less than 6 months. And so that moment, a person begins to change the way they think about life.
So what do you think is the important thing for the rest of us who are not experiencing this grief to know, about the people that are experiencing it?
Well, in my years of visiting people who are dying, and I've been visiting people who are dying for well over 50 years, nearly 60 years now, and what I would say is that most people don't know what to say. Most families and most friends say what you just said. What do I do? So what I do is I help them to know what to do. And it's really important that somebody's there to guide them and coach them, because first of all, they're afraid of it. Mm-hmm. They don't want to face their dying. They're hanging on. They got their hands on the bed rail, and their family is hanging on to their arm, and they don't want to let them go. So what's happening here is the person who's dying and thinking about, what does that mean to me? The families are confused. They don't want to encourage them thinking about death.
Sure.
They are afraid of it. They don't want to lose them. And they think if they keep this delusion, they'll live. It doesn't work that way. So what I do is I help wake them up. Your loved one loves you, and they have something to say, and they've been thinking about it. You got to draw it out of them. But what they want to hear from you is that you're going to be okay without them, that you love them. They want to hear from you that, that thing that happened back in '98, I forgive you for it. That's what they want to hear. They want to hear that I'm sorry, I love you, I care about you. Those are the things that families need to say. And when I'm there with them, I teach them that right in front of their loved one. We're all together, and we learn it together. And the most beautiful thing happens once I explain that to them. They start talking to one another. They may not have talked to one another in a long time,
sure,
but they start talking to one another. Just today, I talked to a family member whose brother hasn't talked to his father in 4 years.
Wow.
Now he wants to come and see his father. Well, he doesn't know how to do it. He doesn't know where he's at. He doesn't know how to get in touch. He doesn't know what to do. So even the process of connecting physically is a mystery to him. But what a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
Not that he stayed away for 4 years, but the fact that he wants to erase it and go forward and reconnect with his dad. How beautiful.
That really is beautiful, and you explained it so well, which makes me totally understand why you're so great at your job. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Transitions Hospice, we can find you online, right?
Yes, transitionshospice.com.
Perfect. So coming up next, we're going to show off the enormous dryer that Happy Life Laundry has. We're also going to tell you how you can meet Santa there this afternoon. And later we're making holiday cocktails with John from Gambino. We'll be right back.